Hey everyone, it's Joy here. Welcome back to my channel for the Shark Week Card Event 2022. This video is sponsored by Clearly Besotted. So I am creating with their water plushie stamp set a sweet little one-layered watercolor card. So let's get started. Here is their super cute water plushies stamp set. Now there is not a coordinating die, but look at these cute little guys. I just adore them. So obviously we're going to use the shark, and I'm going to use a couple little fish from this set. And I just wanted to keep this card simple. There's also no masking. So this is a one-layer card with no masking, which I thought, sometimes masking can feel a little overwhelming. So I wanted to create something that's really simple that I feel like really anybody can do. I do believe anyone can do masking, but sometimes that can feel overwhelming. So I'm laying out my images towards the top of my card panel, and I'm inking them up with Honeybee Stamps Intense Black ink. It is watercolor friendly. And then of course I have my Zig markers that I'm using to give that watercolor look, because I'm not a watercolor person. Like, this is the extent of my watercoloring. And so I am using blue-gray for the shark. The fish will be fluorescent green, light carmine. The water is light blue. The sand is oatmeal, and then I will add a little bit of light gray. Now remember, to be entered into the giveaway for today's video, you need to leave a comment with the question that I'll be asking at some point in this video. Subscribe to my channel. Please don't unsubscribe later. Just subscribe if you actually enjoy what I'm doing, and like this video. I would really very much appreciate that. And everything is down in the description below, along with the list of products, and also on my blog. So I just colored him super simple, and what I like to do when I'm coloring with Zig markers is I will put some of the color on my image, and then I have my water brush pen that has 0 water in it, but I just dip the tip in water. I lightly tap it off on a paper towel and then bring that wet tip to my image, and then I can kind of spread out the color and move it around. I don't like a ton of water because it feels like I don't have enough control over it, but that's kind of how I do my Zig colors. Now I want to add ocean underneath him, or I want him to be an ocean, and then we're going to add sand underneath him. So I'm just using a little ruler because I want a nice straight line, and I'm adding the light blue color that's going to give me the ocean. And then I will use a bit more water here. So I'm just dipping it in my water and adding it, taking my paintbrush to the color and moving the color upwards. So as you can see, if I needed a little bit darker color, I'm going to dip into the color that hasn't had water added to it, if that makes sense. So I want to have the water go lighter as I go up the top, towards the top of the paper. And I'm just being really careful as I'm adding the color around all of the fish. But aren't these little images absolutely darling? I just think they're so, so cute, and I really love this set. I want to use it for other cards. I think baby cards would be really cute with this because they're so, so much fun and just so cuddly looking. I used oatmeal for the sand and just kind of doing the same thing, but keeping it a little bit darker. Then I'm using light gray around my images. I want them to have a little bit of dimension. It's going to feel like they're lifted off of the background. And then I want to add some bubbles. So I'm just adding little dots of that light blue and then using my water to create a circle with them. And so when this is all done, and it is very light, but I'm sure you guys can see on camera, it really makes perfect little bubbles. So I'm going to do that over the whole background card and let some little bubbles come up where the fish are. And then I'm using that oatmeal to add some dots to the sand because that's going to give us a little bit of interest so it's not just so flat. And then I'll use the light gray underneath the shark on the sand to make it look like there's a little bit of a shadow. Now I want to stamp my sentiment, and it says "You're simply fantastic," which is really, really cute. Okay guys, I'm going to ask my question, so make sure you leave this comment to be entered into win. Have you ever made a card with a shark on it? And if you did you give it to someone? Like, was it specially made for them or whatever? Okay, so I have a piece of blue cardstock. and I'm going to adhere that behind my panel. I did trim this down quite a bit, and I will attach this with some foam tape to a white A2 size card base. So you've got this nice big white frame around, which I really, really love. And it keeps this card very, very simple. Like, this is an easy card to create. And I do think zigs are easy to use and quick to color with. I decided, excuse me, I decided to bring in Studio Katia's pastel rainbow confetti all over the whole background. And I think it just kind of fit with this whole scene, really soft colors, but they look like really fun bubbles in the background. So that was a lot of fun to put on there as well. So I'm just going to add a couple more, and they are different sizes, which I love in my confetti. I love for that to be different sizes. And then a little bit of black glaze pin to the eyes of the fish, which is just going to make those pop. And I love that kind of detail on my card. So I'm just going to finish up. My pen was not working, but now here, this is done. See how simple this is? A 1-layer, no masking watercolor card, super quick and simple. Okay guys, make sure you leave that comment. Definitely come back tomorrow for another Shark Week card video. I appreciate all of your support, and I'll see you later. Bye.